doing really well today. So today's recipe is Aloo Methi, which is a potato curry made from fenugreek, dried fenugreek. It's a herb. So let's begin with the ingredients. Today's ingredients are 2 medium-sized potatoes, some green chilies, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of Kasuri Methi or fenugreek, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 3/4 teaspoon of red chilli powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So I'm going to begin cooking the aloo methi. So I have just started preparing the potatoes. So they are peeled and they're just sort of into small sliced pieces. This is how I like to have my potatoes. I find that they cook a lot quicker, and this is nice for quite a lunch or something. It's quite a quick recipe. And I'm now just preparing the garlic. All you need to do is just take the skin off because we're going to put them in whole. But while I'm doing that, let's heat the oil. So I've got a pan and I'm just going to put enough just to sort of cover the bottom of the pan. Okay, so my oil is now nice and hot. Today I'm using a copper pan, so I've turned my heat down to a low heat just because the copper pan does maintain the heat once it's got to the point you need. But if you're using stainless steel, maybe keep it on a medium heat. But we're going to now start with frying some spices. So I've got my cumin seeds and they're going to go in, and they are going to start to fry, to bubble up, release a nice aroma. And along with that, I'm also going to add my Kasuri Methi. And honestly, the aroma you'll get immediately is just divine. So give those a little fry. And then I'm going to also add my powdered ingredients as well. I've also boiled a kettle because I'm going to also be needing a splash of boiling water so that my spices don't burn. So it's always good to prepare a nice kettle of boiling water. So now that they are sizzling nicely, I'll also add the red chilli powder as well. And turmeric, and coriander powder. The smell is lovely. Right, I'm just going to fry that. Be careful that your spices don't stick to the bottom, so just keep them moving at this point. A splash of water as well. So I'm just going to cook that now for a minute or two just to let that water evaporate and let the spices all blend together nicely. And when you start to see the oil separate from the water, that's a good sign that the spices have cooked nicely. So while I'm waiting for the oil to separate, I'm also going to add the garlic, just to get that aroma as well. Allow them to soften a little bit. And very shortly afterwards, this won't take too long, we're going to add the potatoes as well. So it's been about 30 seconds to a minute, and the oil has nicely separated. You can see that most of the water at this point has evaporated. So we are now going to add the potatoes. And just keep them moving because they can stick a little bit to the bottom. And we just want to coat them in all that methi, allowing all the little pieces to be coated nicely. It does help if you have cut your potatoes into similar pieces, because it just helps them to cook evenly. I've been stir frying these potatoes for about a minute, and I've just been coating them nicely with the methi. So it's now time to begin the cooking process. So I've got my water ready, and I'm just going to add enough water so that the potatoes cook. So let's add water. So it's just enough to slightly sort of coat them more so that they can all sit in the water nicely. I'm also going to add some salt at this point. Salt is to your taste really, but I'll be adding about a 3/4 teaspoon. I'm going to just mix that together and then put the lid on and leave it to cook on a low heat until the potatoes begin to soften. While my potatoes are cooking, I thought I would just prepare some green chilies. I'd also like to just add at this point that you get a variety of different potatoes, so they do have a slightly varied cooking time, so you might just want to check on how they are going. I'm going to cook mine for probably about 10 minutes, but I'll let you know how long mine take. So we'll see then how they get on. My potatoes have now been cooking for 10 minutes exactly, so I'm just going to check on how they are doing. I love that smell. It's good to give it a little stir just to make sure they're not sticking to the bottom. I'm also just going to check on if they need a bit longer, which I think they probably do. So I'm going to leave these on for another 5 minutes, and I will get back to you on how they are doing then. The potatoes have been cooking for exactly 20 minutes now, so I'm just going to give them a little check. The water has reduced nicely and the potatoes feel nice and soft, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'm just going to now garnish with some green chilies and let it rest. I'm going to turn the heat off completely, and it should be ready to serve in about 5 minutes. So So the aloo methi is now finished. It looks really nice. It's just been resting for about 5 minutes or so. And in the meantime, I've made a roti so that I can try it with. So I think I'm going to tuck in. Looks so nice. It smells lovely. Let's get a couple of pieces in there. Maybe a chili as well. Oh yeah. What I love so much about this dish is it just allows the Kasuri Methi to just be the forefront of the flavour. And I love the aroma and I love the taste so much. And with something so simple like potatoes, the potatoes basically just give you the texture, and it's all about the Kasuri Methi, which I love it so much. This the fenugreek is a herb. I just think it's lovely. So I'm going to continue eating now. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we've got so many more lovely recipes coming your way. And I hope to see you again next time. Take care and goodbye for now.